So the moment of truth. Have we made a loss or have we made a gain?
So continuing on from the remap that I had done on the Mark III TDI AFN 110, you always get a bit power hungry. I want a bit more now, so I'm going to do a downpipe. Now, I had this laying around from a car that came in. It's a cone that goes from 2 to 2.5. It's quite small, quite compact, it's quite nice. So I've just had this laying around. So basically I'm just using scraps. These I ordered, but the rest of the pipes I'm going to use what I've got laying around, 2.5-inch pipe, and make something up. So what I've done is we water cut these flanges. It's 1016 stainless steel, and yeah. And what I've done is actually I've done it to the gasket. The original flange is actually 48 mil, I think it is, or 49 mil, 48 mil. So this is actually 51. So it's a couple mil bigger. As you can see, it's a bit tighter to the bolts, but we've got a bit of play here. So you have to fit, obviously, it's going to be a tight squeeze, but we can fit the original 12 mil nuts on here. So this is the most important bit, really, when you're doing downpipe, is the tight angles. So the standard one is literally 48 mil or 50 mil. It's really, really small. So this is going to help massively with spool. Yep, just going to weld this in the vise, put a few spots in it, and just do it slowly so you don't, even though it's stainless, it still does warp if you put a lot of heat in one go. On petrols, I wouldn't go this long, but the first time I did a diesel downpipe, I made the mistake of just ordering what I would do for a petrol one, and the exhaust just resonated, you know, the whole thing, because obviously there's a lot more movement in a diesel, especially at idle and stuff like that. It vibrates a lot more. So this is why the diesel ones are longer. It just absorbs the movement and it doesn't then travel underneath the car to the rest of the exhaust system. So as you can see, this is a 63 mil. That looks like it's a 48 mil. It's quite a big difference. Even the flange is a lot smaller. And then we've got the 2.5 inch all the way down with a 2.5 inch flexi. And then at the other end of the flexi, it shrinks down to the 2.25 to meet up to the rest of the system. So we've obviously decatted it, put the flexi further down. This is off a 150 Mark IV Golf PD ARL engine code. And as you can see, the flange is the same. The orientation is slightly different, obviously, but the diameter again is 48 mil. What we're going to do now is we're going to bolt this on, take it for a little test run, and then at some point this week, we're going to take it back down to DD Motorsport, and actually put this on the rollers to see the before and after. So in other words, when we had the map done at 145, and to see if this actually made power or actually lost power. So we're back here at DD Motorsport to check the gain or the loss the downpipe has given me. So we're going to do some runs with it now.
So the moment of truth. Have we made a loss or have we made a gain?
Okay, so these are the results. Here's the graph. So the headline figure is only gained 1.5 horsepower. We gained 11 newton meters of torque. So it's quite a nice jump there in newton meters. But what you can see is the old figure of 314 was actually achieved originally at 2450, and now it's actually achieved at 2250. With the horsepower, the 1.5 horsepower at the top here is nothing. You're not really going to notice that. But what you do notice is before we get to the peak, you know, there's a gain, an average gain of about 6 horsepower from around 3.4 to 3.8, 3.9. So it is stronger as well up here, as well as before you'd reach the 140 mark at 3.6, now you're reaching the 140 mark at 3.4, so a couple of hundred RPM down, so it does feel a lot stronger. So you've got a lot more pickup, torque lower down here, and then as you climb
up to £3,000, it breathes a lot better. So, you know, it helps. So this shows you the difference that a cat and a downpipe can do. On the diesel, you know, it spools up a lot stronger, and it holds on the power top end a lot nicer.
So here we have the turbo upgrade. This is the 1749 VA, which is off the Passat 130. VNT 15, so the VNT 17, so it's the next generation up. Yes, I could have gone for the Mark 5 170 style turbo, but it is a little bit bigger, and this is just fine for what I wanted, and the price I paid for this as well was about €70 for this off eBay. It's in good condition, got very little play. Also, it came with this pipe as well, which is off the 130 Golf, because this is obviously got this fitting, so just have to cut the pipe. Also, to go with this, the nozzles off the 150 T4 transporter, which I think are 0.216 injector nozzle size. Yep, so that's kind of next. So you've seen what the downpipe has done. This will be next week when I get a chance. We're going to bolt this on, take it back to DD Motorsport, and get this recaled.